everybody. I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Welcome to a brand new episode of VO Buzz Weekly.
That's right. And man, we have got an exciting show. We have Terry Berland on the show today. Casting director, coach, author, the whole shebang. And let me tell you something. She's not just a little casting director. She is the top of the top.
Her office is rocking and rolling every single day. She's amazing.
She's amazing, and she's also offering our viewers, that would be you, the opportunity to win a half-hour private coaching consultation with her, okay?
Via Skype, and this could be for anybody out there watching.
It doesn't matter where you live. You just need to speak English.
Speak English.
That's it, okay?
What we try to do.
That's what we have coming up, so why don't we just go there now?
I think it's for the best.
Okay, let's go.
Our guest is an award-winning on-camera and voiceover casting director and owner of Berland Casting. She is the co-author of Breaking Into Commercials and a sought-after coach and teacher. We are so thrilled to get buzzed with the amazing Terry Berland.
Yes.
Hi.
Terry,
Hi, Terry.
hello.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good
So
to see
glad
you.
that you are here.
How long did it take us?
Okay, it's
A
a long
while.
time. But wait a minute.
You are so busy, and I was like,
That's
we're going
right.
to get this episode. Thank you. You were so lovely to go back and forth, and we worked it out.
Exactly.
This woman is so busy.
I'm very happy to be here.
Good, good. Well, Terry watches the show, and she's thinking to
I
herself,
love it.
why
I love the
haven't
show.
I been on yet? Every time I go somewhere, everybody's been on the show except for me. So why?
I went to a wedding.
I know, and you did.
And I
Jess
said,
Harnell was
Jess
there.
Harnell, I said, I saw you on Voiceover Buzz.
And he's like, hey, wow. He's been on twice.
He was
would like
our
to be a
first
co-host.
guest.
But
yes, it would
we're
be
not
a little.
gonna let him be a co-host.
We needed a
just
longer
yet.
couch. There's too much hair between the three
hair,
of us
right.
to be like.
Oh man. So
But yes, but just to give you an idea, Terry. I mean, she works 24/7, Monday through Friday.
yes.
And but we really, I mean, you are so busy, and we want to get right into the nuts and bolts, and we've got so many great things to talk about, and you are going to take us. You were going to take us into it.
She's going
which
deep.
is exciting. So get
Okay.
ready to take your
Deep.
notes, everybody.
I have no idea what we're going to talk
Oh,
about.
you'll
It's
start.
deep, though. It's deep.
It's deep.
You know the answer to everything.
Yeah,
that we're gonna
absolutely.
Ask
I'll
you.
trust.
There's no trick.
I'll trust.
So your background started in advertising, right?
It did.
You were
On
in
Madison Avenue at the
Madison
time.
Avenue. Wow. So how did you go from advertising, and what got you from advertising all the way to Madison Avenue, all the way over here, and then doing casting for voiceover and on camera and stuff like that?
Well, in advertising, I was in the casting department. They had casting departments then.
Wow.
They don't anymore.
Yeah.
And so I was a casting director. Well, I worked my way up. I started as a little assistant, like answering the phones and looking around, and worked my way up, which wasn't easy. I had to jump around to different agencies, and I ended up being the head of casting for BBDO, which was the third largest in the world.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
huge.
So I was always in casting, and I always cast the on-camera and then the voiceover. And then throughout the years, the industry changed. They started dissolving casting departments. So I had a lot of friends in Los Angeles, and I had a really great opportunity at the time. Lieberman Hirschfeld, they were casting Seinfeld and
that
Larry
little show,
Sanders and
Seinfeld.
Grace Under Fire at the time.
Wow.
And they wanted a commercial department at the time, and I wanted to come out to California. So
Wow.
yeah.
It worked out.
Yes.
So cool. That's really neat. So the last time that I saw you, we were actually at your casting office. You were there on an audition.
Yes.
Right.
Terry comes out through the door. She's busy as heck, right? She's got like tablets everywhere and pens coming out of her shirt and glasses everywhere. And she's walking by and goes like this. Oh, I know you. It was the funniest thing ever. That was really, really cool.
Well, no, because I knew when I was coming, and I wasn't going, and I said, well, it was something during the week, and you were free. I don't know what the circumstance was, but I said, well, come with me, because maybe we can catch a glimpse of Terry and say hello.
Yeah.
And so you were kind of like, oh, well, it's like out of context.
Yeah, and in case people don't understand, the studio setup is that I have an office there, but there are 8 studios, so there are a lot of casting sessions going on, and you weren't in for one of mine. mine, and
Yes.
that's why there was the big surprise.
Which I just
Exactly.
I just got over that, Terry. And you brought it back up for me. Yeah, no, but it was so nice.
You just weren't right.
Oh, she didn't fit the bill.
I can be a dude. I
I could do that.
But yes, it's. I love going over there. It's great, and so it was so nice to see you there. But anyway, your casting process, because of your ad agency background, is a little different. And so, can you kind of take us through from the breakdown, the casting to the booking, how you play? Because you have a different communication with different people.
My casting process is different than when voiceover artists get their auditions straight from their agents, straight from the ad agency to the agent's office, and the agent's office emails or texts the voiceover artists, and
Right.
then they read it. And mine is different. I understand the commercials so well and how someone should read because of my ad agency background.
Right.
So I will get a breakdown from the same source, actually, that an agent would. I get it directly from the ad agency. Sometimes production companies, or sometimes films too. You know, I've this past year cast 2 voices for 2 James Franco films.
Nice.
So you don't know where it's going to come from, but I get it from the person who actually hires
Was
the
this for
talent.
trailers? For the trailer
No.
voice? Or?
Oh,
No, he did a film way in the deep South, Tennessee.
Oh, for
Was that Child of
for-
God?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to.
How do you know all this
that?
stuff? She's even amazed.
How do you? I am.
I'm
How do
telling you,
know
she's
that?
a freak.
Be very careful.
She's a freak. Anyways,
I do my homework.
she
Terry.
does.
And then he had another one called Maladies, and the voice was actually his, was another character in the film. It was kind of his alter ego. So he talked to this voice during the whole film. So anyway, so I get the breakdown from them, and then unlike the agents, I actually talk to the producer. And if it still doesn't quite make sense, I'll say, well, can I speak to the writer? And the writer, it's sure, you can speak to the writer, and the writer will get on the phone with the producer, and we talk so I can really understand what they're looking for.
That's
Right.
amazing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't explain it right.
Yeah. Right.
Like I was casting something, and there was rock music in the background, and they said, we want a very clear voice. It just didn't make sense, you know.
You're like,
I said,
rock
well, what do
and
you
roll and
mean
clear?
a clear voice?
Yeah.
and very like crispy, clear. I said, but the music and the, don't you want a little swagger or a little ethnicity or something? Oh yeah, that's what we mean.
Oh.
But we want to be able to understand
Clear
them.
ethnicity.
Exactly. So
Oh, you mean enunciation?
Yeah.
That's a different. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I love that because it really adds a whole layer of comprehension. Not to mention it makes your life easier because you're actually getting the right people in the door, and you can direct, and your session directors, and you can really bring the best product. So then it seems like it would go a lot faster.
Yeah.
It goes faster. It's for the ad agency. I mean, it does. It's on the mark. They give me maybe 2 days to do it, and they tell me the date that they're going to air, like 4 days later. It's really scary, actually.
Yeah.
They just trust that I'm going to bring it to
Well,
them,
and because
that I'm going
but
to bring
you-
it in.
Yeah.
And
They know that you can because you know what you're doing.
Okay, so I have a question. What do you wish that an on-camera actor or voice actor, a creative person, understood or knew about your side of the equation that would make the process a lot easier?
the process easier.
For you.
Well, you know what? My first reaction is that we're on your side and we're rooting for everyone that comes in. But I really do believe that the voiceover talent, they know that. And they're so happy to come in because there's so many times that they're sitting at home doing it.
Right.
So they love coming in. So I'm not sure what I wish they would know to make it. I have to say, everyone who comes in is just so enthusiastic, happy to be there, doing their best. I don't have any complaints or wants or
Do you
wishes.
like it when
that-
they're there on time? Do you like it when they know their script?
Hint, hint.
When they smell good?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She's like, oh,
now you
Let's
reminded
get
me.
down to the nitty gritty. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The voiceover talent should know
Here we go.
that we have a schedule
Ah,
and that we try to. I have flexibility. My office has flexibility. But sometimes, especially voiceover actors, like they're all full of themselves and, they
see? That's you.
Yeah.
and one time I came out of the room and there were literally 7 actors, 7 voiceover artists, and these were really good ones. So, they
Yeah.
knew I was just getting in and out. I'm glad I'm here, but, I have other things to do.
Yeah.
7 of them, and they said, I have to pick my kid up. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have a theatrical audition. I have this, and this. And I looked at them and I said, okay, well, there's a process. There's something in this process that we're missing. I prep it. I get the calls out. You drive here. You come here. Then 7 of you are telling me you need to leave right away. What about the audition? Like, I need time to bring each of you in to audition you. So there's something in this process that's going to be missing.
Yeah.
So I actually said to them, I'm flexible. You all decide who's coming in first.
Duke it out. Who's
You
got
figure it out.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I will say, that there is a schedule. We do have it scheduled to time it out, so there's not chaos.
Yeah.
So don't be late. Smell good. Don't
You know
fight
what?
in the
Smell-
waiting room.
Yeah. Don't smell too
my
good
God.
though.
Hold on, I
because-
just hit a nerve.
wear
Smell good.
cologne.
Don't smell too good. because
Don't
that's,
wear cologne or perfume.
Okay, good.
really
By
bad.
smell good, I meant shower.
Oh.
You don't want to come in
I
stinky.
know, because sometimes I've gone
Terry
in
doesn't like
after
that.
somebody and it like tickles your throat. I mean, it's not good. Not good.
Yeah.
No.
Oh boy.
On average, how many submissions are you getting for? I know. I mean, on camera versus voice. I mean, it's
No, on
depends.
camera I get 4,000.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But for voiceover, on average, how many? Or are you really handpicking it and kind of doing kind of a pre-cast before you?
If it's just LA, I put it out to all the voiceover agents, and I could easily. It's pretty specific. So I could easily get like 400 submissions, and I could only see like 50 people in a day. So I go through everything. I have to do a lot of it at night.
Yeah.
So I sit with my laptop, propped on my knees in bed, and I just need to listen for a moment.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know whether they're right or not.
Is it like 2 moments, 3 moments, just the slate? What is kind of your?
It's not a slate. It's like 3 moments, and I can feel something about the voice. This is, I'm not talking about announcers.
Right.
And like I get called on a lot to find certain. My client wouldn't. They just say, "Find me these voices." But what I know that I'm doing is listening to certain characteristics in the voice that fulfill this character. So I can hear that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, your ears are very well.
My
Yeah.
ears. Whenever
Very well
I go to
trained.
the theater a lot, and whenever I go to the theater, not only am I watching and looking for the good actors, but I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you're actually listening to all 400 submissions?
I do. Well, a lot of people I absolutely know.
Yeah.
But, I need reminders, so I'll just click and listen for a couple of moments.
Yeah.
And now sometimes I actually put it out over a breakdown service. If it's not like an announcer type and I need certain, for instance, I needed the very rural for the James Franco film. And there are a lot of other situations. Like I just did a whole PBS film where I needed a lot of different characters in James Whistler's life, artists and film critics. So I'll put that out on a breakdown service and I'll watch the actors' theatrical reel. They don't have voiceover reels.
Right.
And, I can tell from the theatrical reel.
If they have it.
Now, sometimes it's a search where I'll put it out of LA. And that was the first time I did that. That was so enlightening to me because...
How so?
And I only discovered this about 5 years ago, but I'm sure the actors were doing it much longer than 5 or 7 years ago. I was getting all these LA actors' names from, Salt Lake City and Florida.
Oh.
So that's when I said, oh, now I see what's going on. And of course, now we all know that, most voiceover artists have agents
all over the country.
All over the country.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was pretty fascinating to me. It's fierce for the talent. It's really, really, really fierce.
Absolutely.
What's your feeling about voiceover agencies that are, so many of them now have on-camera commercial divisions?
Doesn't matter to me. I think they're smart.
Yeah.
A lot of the voiceover agents put in an on-camera department, and the on-camera agents put in a voiceover department.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's smart.
Yeah,
everyone
it's acting.
wants to do, it's acting, and everyone wants to do
both.
something, both.
Yeah.
And it's acting, but you have to know how to do it. I was casting for a huge campaign, and I put it out also, like I said, over a breakdown service. Watch theatrical reels because I like to mix it up for my clients. I think that's how I keep clients. I'm not neutral. Voiceover artists should not be neutral in their reads. It's a killer. Safety, is bad.
Safety is bad.
Yeah.
And so I like to bring them people that they probably haven't heard before. And it's fun. To spread it around the community.
Yeah.
And the actor who got it happened to be not a voiceover actor. It was a voiceover agency that put in a boutique on camera. So he came from the on-camera department. The voiceover department didn't know about him. So I called the voiceover agent and I said, you should know that this talent from your on-camera department booked this huge campaign, and you probably want to bring him into your department.
Yeah.
So he did, and unbeknownst to me, he warned that actor, and he said, don't even wait for a workshop, a class. Go right out and get some private sessions under your belt so you know what you're doing in there. So I didn't know anything, and then the agency called me to put someone else on a veil or first refusals. I don't know if your talent knows what that is.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, what about so-and-so? Like, you did my favorite thing. Like, you booked someone who never did a voiceover before. And the producer said, well, actually, we love him, but we had trouble directing him, and we think we're going to replace him. So he was lucky to get it in the first place, and then he was lucky a second time because they decided to try him again.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, he took all
He
these
was doing some studying.
privates.
Oh, okay.
He went in, he nailed it, and he kept the account.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you
That
know
was-
what? That is a perfect intro to something that you're offering that will help you guys
Yes.
do something
Oh,
like that. Terry
Very generous.
is being so generous, and she is offering our wonderful viewers, a half-hour Skype session, a private Skype session with Terry of coaching to work on your delivery, what's in, what's not. What will you work on them on this private session?
Well, what's so much fun about coaching voiceover is you don't know. It's intuitive. Like you don't know until you start working with a
Exactly.
person. Maybe the main thing is to connect
To connect
Yeah.
with the copy.
to the copy.
There you
So there's a lot of different nuances within
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be able to get Terry alone
By
for-
Skype.
by Skype,
Skype.
it's never going to happen. So this is really, really, really special. Thank you
Yes.
for offering
Yes.
that to
and
our
this
viewers.
is open to
Welcome. It's gonna
anyone,
be fun.
anywhere. This is U.S., Canada,
That's
Europe,
right. There are no
Africa.
restrictions here. You
Yeah.
have to speak
as long
English.
as you have Skype.
Yeah.
because that's the only
Please.
language Terry knows how to speak so
True.
far. Unless you're
True.
going to take
Yes.
some lessons.
English
But
and
he's not going
Skype.
to do that.
No, this girl,
And
no.
and all you have to do is you have to watch both of her episodes. Send in an email. With maybe a nugget that you got, something that Terry said that really hit home with you, and
Yes.
you send it to info@voiceprintwest.com.
Yes.
Very important. In the subject matter, you could put VO Buzz Weekly Skype
Yes.
contest or something like
Yes.
that, right? That's
Yes.
good, so that she knows what it is. And the deadline to have these emails in to Terry is
August 18th.
August 18th, 2014. Not 2017, not 2024.
Yeah.
All right? There you go.
Yeah.
That's for you. You can say,
That's
write us a
amazing.
little email later and say, hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah,
We
and-
got your back. Thank you,
Exactly.
Terry.
That's
That's really
awesome.
sweet
My
of you.
pleasure.
So what else we got?
Well, just as an idea, what are some tips for really making good choices in copy?
The ad agency is actually branding this particular spot with your voice.
Right.
So, for instance, if it's a hospital, think of what are the characteristics of your voice that's going to support, because we're talking about TV, so your voice is supporting the message in the picture. So think of characteristics, for instance, probably it would be trustworthy, compassionate,
Caring,
caring,
warm,
approachable.
approachable. Very good.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because those three kind of couple together. And, okay, I'm going to give something away now. Really.
That's the whole idea. That's why we're here, Terry.
It's like Christmas in August
I know.
in here.
She's gonna give us. You seem
My clients
worried.
won't,
amazing.
because my clients won't need me to direct anymore. Everyone will do
No, 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 no,
fabulous
no, no,
home
no,
reads.
no, no. Listen.
And then you only can work Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She can take time off.
They have to have the Terry Berland magic in the room in order for this
Yes.
to happen anyhow. So don't worry
True.
about it.
It's true. Don't underestimate your magic.
For instance, if it's a hospital, you have to sound like something's right and not wrong. So if someone sounds too compassionate, it could sound like
Something's
someone's
wrong.
Yeah, like someone's really ill.
Yeah,
something
yeah.
dire is about to happen or has happened.
There's no hope.
There's no hope.
Yeah.
But so, check yourself out. Okay, this is a hospital. There should be, like, I'm going to get out of there alive. It's a good thing, not a bad
Right,
thing,
right.
this hospital.
Very good.
So you have to make, like, a little tweak and make sure that it sounds like everything's fine and not like the person is very, very ill.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well that makes a
good.
lot of
Yeah.
sense. I
Yeah.
feel great now. I feel good. I think I'm going to survive. Well, that concludes part 1 with Terry Berland. We'll be back next week with part 2.
Yes. And keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest at VO Buzz Weekly. Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember to submit that email to Terry Berland. And just remember,
You always have time for a little buzz.